Hello everyone, in this video let us take a look at Slack. So I was a bit late to the party. Quite some time back, Atlassian announced that they will now be discontinuing HipChat and Stride, and they will only focus on Slack. So basically, Atlassian and Slack uh, formed some kind of partnership, and Slack, as you all probably know, and maybe you're using already, that Atlassian will now be promoting Slack as their preferred solution for basically enterprise chat. Now, if you want to read the documentation or rather the announcement, you can take a look at this page where they have announced this partnership. But today I want to focus on trying to use Slack for maybe an organization, and I just want to spend some time understanding various pricing model or maybe the offering of Slack. So when you look at the Slack website, you have of course the option to take a look at different features that it can offer. So you can of course spend some time here, but I just want to quickly sign up for a quick evaluation. So before I do that, I just want to take a look at the pricing. So if you go to the pricing tab on top, you can take a look at different tiers. So basically based on I believe number of users and of course the features that you want, you can opt for either a free plan. They also have a standard, plus, and enterprise grid plan. So I of course want to sign up for a free plan, and to be honest, I have been using Slack for many years, and I know quite a lot about it already. But to be honest, I never really used it uh, with the purpose of helping others when doing some kind of a consultation, for example, because I'm an Atlassian consultant. My job, my main competency is to help others in using or in adopting Atlassian tools. And of course, we do a lot of things around Atlassian tools like migrations and of course when it comes to customizations, this is something that we do quite a lot. But I never did the same thing for Slack, and honestly, I never had to. I was using Slack. I was a Slack user. I was also a Slack administrator for my own company, but I never really did a deep dive into Slack. So I think now it is a good opportunity for me to learn more about Slack apart from just the usage and the basic administration. But I am thinking of doing more research into what Slack can do and how it can be used effectively when it comes to solving problems in organizations. And uh, in this video, I'll of course focus on just signing up for a Slack free plan, and I'll continue making more videos on Slack. So let us focus on the sign up. So when you are looking at the different options of signing up, you can do a comparison. And if you are a beginner, or maybe if you have a small team, or maybe you have never used Slack before, or maybe you are already using some tool in your organization and you want to evaluate Slack, then the great thing is that there is a free version, and the free version, in my opinion, is good enough for majority of people. But of course, it has some limitations, and that is why you have other plans. So when you try to sign up for a free plan, you will be uh, presented with a screen where you can enter your email address to basically start the process of sign up. And when you enter your email address, you'll get a code. So I've already entered the code that I received in my email, and now after entering the code, I'm presented with this screen where I can select which of these best describes your team. Is it a business? Is it a large enterprise or government, education or charity, or maybe something else? So maybe I'll select business. Maybe I want to use Slack in a small company, And now, what is the name of your company or team? So I need to give this Slack uh, registration process a name. It is not really, I'm not sure whether I should call it as a channel, because it is not really a channel. It is more about the name that will probably be used in the URL. So let us enter something like um, maybe my name. Let me see if I have this. Maybe this is available. So I'll use Ravi Sagar. And what's a project your team are working on? So my team is working on, or I'm working on learning Slack. I'll press the next button, and now we have the option to invite more people. I believe it is something that you can do. Who do you email most about this project? So basically, you can add more team members, but I'm sure it can be done later on. So let us skip this for now, and let us move forward. So it says you're ready to go. As a bonus, you get to try Slack Standard for 14 days, absolutely free. You'll get premium features such as shared channels and group voice and video calls, and you can do unlimited uh, search of your message archive. We don't really worry about the paid plan, but it is also good to have these features in the beginning so that you can have a full set of features that you can evaluate. So let us click on launch workspace, and I believe the moment you click on the button, you will be presented with this screen where you can do some initial configurations. So uh, I believe when you first log in, you will be presented with these options, and I believe these will take you to some online documentation where you can read about how to use Slack in different situations, like bring contractors directly into your workspace, collaborate securely with external organizations, and so on. So this is all good, and I think I mean, if you have time, why not read these articles? But let us try to use Slack, and let us try to get familiar with the interface. So in Slack, you have different channels, and if you're working on, let us say, a project, you can have a channel for it, or maybe you can have a channel for maybe your small team within your big project. So channel is nothing but a group of people who will discuss something, and they have something to share. And these channels can have different use cases. You can have a channel like fun, you can have a channel like your office updates, and so on. So we already have a channel here that was basically created for us when we signed up. So it says learning Slack. Let me try to create maybe one more channel, like let me add something like learning Jira maybe. So let us add something like learning Jira. And one thing that I am noticing, which is I think worth mentioning, is I'm trying to enter space, but I cannot enter space. But I believe I can use something like hyphen. So it is something that you can you can take note of. And also there is a description. So this channel will have Jira updates. Maybe I want to set up a channel within my organization, and I want to basically share news about Jira tutorials and the videos that I'm making. And I have the option to make this channel private. So this is something that you can do if you want, but I'll keep it as open so that anyone in my organization can join this channel. So let us create this channel, and the moment you create a channel, you have the option to add more people. Right now, we don't really have uh, other people in the team, but we do have this option called working with another company. So I'm not sure whether this is free or not, or maybe it comes with a standard plan, which is actually not really free. So if you click on this option, share this channel, you will get a link, and I believe this link can be shared with anyone, and they can join this channel. So this is something that you can do when you have to bring people outside your organization. But if you take a look at the, the pricing of Slack, so let us search for external, So, so when you take a look at external collaboration, this feature I believe is only with the standard and standard plus or enterprise grade plans. It is not there in the free version. So I believe after 14 days, this feature will not come, which is I believe okay because you're anyways using Slack for free, and it is always good to have a free version so that you can start using it. And I think it is a good strategy from companies to have people. Uh, to basically convince them to use the tool in the beginning without paying, but once they start using the tool, once they like the tool, and once they get hooked to the features, uh, I'm sure people don't mind paying. And Slack is a tool that will solve your problems. This is what the objective of almost every tool. And if you are able to solve a problem, then there is no harm in paying for it. So let us take a quick look at the channel. So when you have a channel, you can of course do things like chatting. So this is my channel. I am making a video right now. So I'm sure when you have more people and when they, of course, uh, join this channel or maybe this workspace, they can also collaborate. And of course, we'll make more videos. We'll take a look at other features. So Slack can of course do a lot of things, not just doing collaboration using this chatting feature, but you can also link or integrate chat with some of the tools. And since we talk a lot about Atlassian tools like Jira, we will be linking Jira with our Slack, our new Slack workspace. And with the help of this integration, you can of course send messages to your Slack channel. Let us say whenever there is a transition in the workflow, maybe whenever the ticket is escalated, or maybe when the bug is raised with high priority, you can send a notice to your Slack channel. And Slack comes with a mobile app, which is always great because uh, you have this mobile app that will let you stay connected with your team members. Of course, not 24/7. You have the option to go offline and maybe go to sleep mode. We'll of course discuss those things later, but it is always good to have a mobile app so that you, if you want, you can stay connected on the go. So let us take a quick look at the apps. And when you go to the apps app section on the left hand side, you have the option to take a look at the marketplace. It is kind of a marketplace where you have different apps that you can use. So on the top, you have Google Drive, Google Calendar, Simple Poll, Trello. You can link or you can integrate Slack with Jira Cloud, Twitter, GitHub, and so on. So the list is quite huge. And if you go to the browse the app directory, you will be taken to a bigger list of apps that you can integrate to. So we'll of course take a look at these options, and we'll probably make new videos on these topics. And today in this video, I just wanted to initiate, or rather, I should say, I wanted to basically start using Slack a bit more with the intention to also learn it myself, because although I have been using Slack for quite a while, but I never really did a deep dive. But I have done integration of Slack with Jira, which is not really too difficult to guess. That is a part of my job, and I think I'll probably be sharing more details about those integrations. And I do have some experience working with Slack and Jira Service Desk as well. Basically, you can use Slack along with Jira Service Desk to have some kind of a live chat for your customers. So maybe when you have a customer who wants to raise a ticket, but even before they raise a ticket, they just want to talk to your agent. So you can actually do that with the help of Slack. So with this feature, you can potentially have less tickets, or maybe you can interact with your customers live. And personally, I prefer doing a live chat. Let us say if I have a problem and if I can talk to someone a real person who can solve my problem, then it is really amazing, and it is really good for the customer satisfaction. And I'll probably make a video on that topic as well. So this is all I wanted to share in this video. I hope you learned and you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much.